one thing to that point for me, especially when it comes to commercialization and you look at all these terms, one of the easiest ways to actually, you're forced to become familiar with it is when you try to interact with banks. Because they'll ask these questions. They'll ask for that financial statement. That relationship manager is going to call you. And they're going to ask questions. They're going to ask about issues. And in my experience, it's been one of the harshest forms of educations I've had to get, because the problem with the risk officers in the banks is they won't allow you to go and present your case to themselves. Your RM has to go and represent you. So they have to come and ask you those questions and you have to be able to answer it. I have found it has made me very close with my accountants, because a lot of the time also the questions that are being asked are very technical, to be honest. And so having someone as well who knows what they're doing in that sense, in terms of preparing your books, in terms of balancing your issues, and just being able to figure out what you're able to do, what you're able to get versus what you're not able to get, is something I found to be very useful. But I'd say get familiar with the language before. If you're going to approach banks, it's almost mandatory, or at the very least have the person who knows the language to have that conversation with the banks. Is when it now comes to metrics, I think one of the things that has come out, like that word over there, engine. When I think about metrics, for me, I call them the engines for growth. I think I stole that somewhere, but it's over time, when you do business over time, you start to learn there are only certain key numbers that really matter. And for me, it's normally, if I keep looking at those ones, if they're going in the right direction, I think we are going to be fine. If they start going in the wrong direction, we might be in trouble. I don't know if you guys have, I know these are common ones, and maybe it's those ones, but I always wonder, what are the unique ones you have that you keep an eye on, to let you know if things are going well?
So for the metrics, I would say it's easier with revenue, because everyone knows them. It's very easy. And what we want is, as I said, 2038, you have to be $150 million plus company. So coming back, 2030, where do you want to be? Coming back, 2024, where do you want to be? So the revenue is key, because it is one of the key pillars in our company. Then NP, the net profit, is key. We said it's 20%. So those are two key ones that are tied to why we wake up every day. Then the other one is what Abojani was talking about. We realized when we were at a younger stage, we did projects. We didn't have a product. It's very difficult to get projects every now and then. You have to create a recurrent revenue. You get paid even without having to go outside there. The subscriptions, how the Googles and all these people do it. So recurrent revenue is a very key metric we look at, and we have a percentage of what you want. When you get to that level, what percentage should be a recurring revenue. So that is a contract you sign with people, and they're willing to pay year in, year out, and you have some kind of predictability.
I think because I'm in business development and sales, I really like number of customers. So if we served one person last year, today we should serve 2, 3. What is the growth in that terms? And to put it in context, so if you look at here, we maximize the value of your assets. So one person can only have so much assets. So you need numbers. So the goal is that in 2030, anybody in Kenya or in Africa who wants to buy an asset will consider there are some guys who know how to manage assets. Let me see how they are doing.